The following is a Scotch Media production.
But if you get over this, we all let her. Like, it's literally on you. And I'm like, dude, I haven't done this once yet. We've been at this for like 2 months. I still have, they're like, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Pete Podcast. I'm Pete. With me, as always, Martin. Big week.
Big week.
The Olympics started.
I like you got your patriotic hat on, and
Do I not always? It's
in
kind of
celebration.
this is my podcast uniform.
it is your podcast uniform.
It is. Olympics started. Super exciting.
Yeah.
We watched. It was pretty interesting. There was a different opening ceremonies than you would usually see, right?
It's a little different, yeah.
Oh, a little on the darker side.
It's a little dark.
A
There's
little
some
on the
death
darker
metal.
side of yeah. I've never seen a death metal. And I like heavier.
You do like.
I'm
your
a
death metal.
Mastodon fan.
Yeah.
I like Mastodon. I
Yeah.
like Slipknot.
Yeah,
You know, I like some of that heavy shit.
yeah.
Back Pantera, Godfathers of the real, you know, the drop C shit,
Yeah,
C sharp.
yeah.
But I've never seen it at the Olympics. It was a bit odd.
It's
You know, it was
a little
strange.
different.
I'm not saying I didn't like it. Kind of the masked man running with like that kind of like the Paul Revere outfit on,
With the
scary.
torch.
With the torch, with the fencing mask.
The torch that looks like a joint.
The torch, that was the best part.
Well, so I was like,
It
wait.
looked like a big old doobage. It did look like a big fat
it did.
doobage.
It did. And I mean, it didn't help the fact that the first person I saw holding the torch was Snoop.
For shizzle. It was it looked like a big old Snoop Dogg joint. I'm surprised he didn't hold it like he was like,
Try to smoke
maybe
it.
have Hoda hit it. Hoda. Spark this shit, Hoda. But he didn't. That's a horrible, sorry.
Hoda.
Snoop Dogg. If we ever meet him and you go like, bro, that was the worst
worst.
Snoop Dogg I've ever seen, I'd be like, shizzle. And that's what I'd say. I'd probably just go shizzle. I don't know. But
Like, I'm not going to argue with you.
so
Snoop.
you're right. It was complete for shizzle.
I'm not going to argue
So I'd
with
say
you.
it was complete for shizzle. But yeah, I thought the boats was kind of unique.
I thought the boats was cool.
How they came in on the boats.
Yeah, I
right?
thought the fact that they had it like outside and used the Seine and that like main drag along the Seine of Paris
It looked
as
beautiful.
as the like opening ceremony location.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
I thought it was. I think if anything, it kind of incorporated the city more.
Yeah.
Like how it brought the city rather than just inside
Which was
this
the
like
intent.
arena.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so anybody could then watch it. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, like it was a little bit. It reminded me of kind of like the Disney boat parade, a little bit. Have you ever seen the Disney boat parade, the night boat parade, the illuminated boat parade? Kind of what it reminded me of.
It had a bit of a like Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade feel, to be honest. The whole thing to me.
Oh yeah, I was waiting for giant balloons to go by.
Yeah,
Who's
for
this
sure.
guy? Oh, it's Paul. It's who was Napoleon? He's a big French guy, wasn't he? French Napoleon.
Yes, Napoleon was French.
Marn actually.
No,
yes, I'm
no.
telling the story. We were talking about that, and I said I think I read somewhere that Napoleon puts his hand in his jacket because he had like a deformed hand or something, and he kind of wanted to hide it. And Marn said, "No, that's not true. He had an ulcer." Huh? And was holding his stomach like.
No, I said I used to think that. I didn't say I still thought it. I said I used to think it.
Napoleon had a stomach ache, and he was like,
Every time.
every time, the whole time they were painting that picture, they're like, are you okay? And he was like, we.
It's some bad.
Had
some bad oysters.
I've had some bad escargot. Jesus Christmas. If anybody actually knows why Napoleon, I think it was his hand or something. I don't know. Or maybe he was just kind of like.
I don't know. It was this thing.
It was his thing.
Maybe it was
his thing.
like
No, but it's.
something.
I'll tell you one
Some
thing.
type of secret signal. He was part of a secret society or something. That
He
was. His,
was.
yeah.
That was his draw. It could have been. It
could've
could have been. Hey, I think there's weirder shit out there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you one thing. Other than the USA boat.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. other than the USA boat, which to me was a very, very close second of by far the coolest boat to be on. And you know what I'm going to say.
I do know what you're going to say.
Italy, Jamaica. Who was our third?
Israel.
Israel.
They were all on the same boat.
What a fucking party boat. You come over, maybe some good hummus, little baba ganoush, then into a nice heavy meal, and then you end it with a fat fucking J with the Jamaicans. That boat was a party. You know, they were all like, we're going to hang out after this. Like, yeah, man. They're going to party it up. The Italians are going to be like, come on, we cook you some pasta. They're going to be like, dun, 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 dun. It's going to be great. That's the fucking boat
like it.
you be on.
I like
Israel, Jamaica,
Italy.
Watch it.
They did look like they were having a good time.
They were having a blast. They were having a blast. Israel brings the entertainment. They're like, guys, we got it. We got it. Italians like, we'll cook. Yes, you will. And the Jamaicans like, we got the after dinner treats. What a party of a boat. And also, not to mention, they could actually, it could be just like an unbelievable musical extravaganza on that boat. Like, geez, it'd be awesome. So anyway, yes, that's the boat. It'd be a party. And be a party boat. That would be the one I would be on, by far. Right? That'd be it for me. All right, moving on.
Our favorite Olympic moments in history.
What's my favorite Olympic moment?
What's your favorite Olympic moment?
There's a bunch of them. Like I think it would have to be the Mitch Gaylord group of gymnasts. That just remember that. I don't remember the group. It was, back. But it was a unique group of. It was like Mitch Gaylord. There was like 6 of them, and there was like they were just really. It was the first time I remember seeing like the Iron Cross and that type of stuff in gymnastics. And
that was 84, and that was when the Olympics were in LA, I think. Right? Yeah, LA.
Weird.
84.
I don't know why. But it was like Mitch. Yeah. It was like they were like a group of like they were like kind of like the outlaws of gymnasts, like the first ones. And I just remember that.
Was he the first one to do the Iron Cross, Mitch Gaylord?
I don't remember, but it was. I remember everybody shit their pants when he did it.
Yeah.
My sister had this poster all over her wall. Yeah, I remember seeing that and being like, it's for some reason it's like embedded in my head.
Yeah.
They made like gymnastics kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like in my opinion, I was like, oh, those guys get ladies.
Yeah.
They get it might be shit. My sister was like, and I just remember it started at those dudes.
Yeah.
That sticks out. And then maybe, of course, always swimming events,
I like the swimming.
Yeah, it's great. It's like horse racing.
It's fun to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, man. You can bet you're screaming. You want your.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate competitive, like, same thing with the gymnastics is harder because it's based off of a couple people's thoughts. Swimming is just pure, I'm going to kick the shit out of you. It's like running, same thing. It's like, it's like everybody always wants to see the 100, 400 meter run. Like,
yeah.
Because it's cool shit.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It's true team. It's just person against person.
I like watching skiing in the winter because I have skied and I know how freaking hard it is. So I think I appreciate it more because I know how hard it is. It's like I've never
Winter Olympics to me is completely different Olympics. Like Winter Olympics is like Winter Olympics with like an exports. Like it's dangerous. Like the winter shit's like that Super G and stuff. Those ski jump.
The luge. The luge is terrifying.
The skeleton where you go down on your face. Like, they named it the skeleton. As in, you may end up that way because you're doing this.
I knew you were going to say that.
Like, what a fuck. Have you seen that shit?
Yeah.
Did anyone ever watch Cool Runnings?
Who started?
Your bones don't break. Oh, no. They shatter.
Who started the luge and the skeleton is what someone with a death wish.
No, man. Like, no, it was some young kids, idiots. We always were. We did dumb shit. I invented dumb games.
Death wish.
We always invent dumb games. I can go back and talk to old friends and they'd be like, oh, you remember that dumb game? Yeah, dumb games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, there's all that shit out there. But like that's who invented all this shit. It's like, hey, I can get down this fucking ice chute.
Yeah, totally.
No, you can't, Hans. Yes, I can. And then Hans would push him. And then one of his friend Franz said, if I push you, you'll go even faster, huh? And then we're jackasses. Mm-hmm. It's all where all this shit started.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's competitive.
It all starts from
true roots of I could throw this ball farther than you, this stick farther than you. I can jump over this thing farther than you. It's great. Mm-hmm. Terrific.
That's what it all goes back to.
Oh, I can swim faster than you.
Yeah.
It's the true competitiveness in humanity.
Feats
it's
of
great.
competition. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
feeds us all.
Yeah.
It all started from jabroni stuff, and then it became...
Jabroni stuff.
It's literally just a bunch of jabrones having some whatever
A bunch of jabrones in ancient Greece.
whatever your liquor or your spirit is of your nationality. You sat around and you were like, let's pit this ball back and forth over this tiny net. I bet you I could do it better than you, jabrones. And then all sports, and then somebody went, we can make money off of this sport. Like
Right.
you can break dance in the Olympics now.
I heard.
Breakdancing. That's incredible. Like, I didn't even know breakdancing was a thing in you. I just thought it was like b-boying. Is that considered breakdance? Is that what the B stands for?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, breakdancing, b-boying, b-girling, or breaking is all the same. It's all breakdancing.
Breakdancing.
So b-boy is
B-boy.
breakdancing.
Breakdancing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to breakdance. I did. Everybody my age breakdance. So at least one time you tried to windmill.
Yeah.
Everybody's tried to windmill. Everybody's tried to do I used to dance.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good. I took breakdancing lessons.
Did
Thanks,
you?
Mom. Yeah.
Did you?
It was the step before.
I don't think I ever
Dina.
knew that. I knew you
This
were
hip hop. It was like right before. It was before Dina. Like it was the Dina predecessor.
I had no idea that you took official breakdance
I
lessons.
took official breakdancing.
I just thought you were
lessons.
just multi-talented.
No. I'm telling you, like at one point after my dad died, my mom, I could do anything I wanted. She'd be like, "Sure,
Whatever.
I want to fly hang gliders. Sure, Peter.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Like, sure, no problem. I'm sure I took advantage of the situation, but what are you gonna do? I was a kid. What do you want?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know you took official lessons.
I took lessons.
That's interesting.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and it was
I learned something new about you
every day.
every day, honey.
I took breakdancing lessons, and then I'd have to come home and show my grandmother DeLuca what I learned that day. And I'd come out and I would have my like glasses on, and I'd act like I was popping and locking, and my mom would sit in the corner and flip the lights, and I put the Beat It or Break Into Electric Boogaloo album on, and I would just tear that shit up. And I would dance on this table we had. I'd spin, and my grandmother would just sit there and be like, "Oh, Peter's so nice. It's so nice." My grandfather would be like, "We used to take medicine to stop this shit." Yelling, fucking grilling outside. That was my
tank top?
In a tank top. Don't mind that gray curly hair and that hamburger. No. Come on over. I don't want to invite anybody. It's embarrassing. Now it would have been like, fuck, come over. Wait till you see this crazy shit. Wait till you see this shit ensue.
Seriously.
When you were a kid, it was embarrassing.
Right.
Now it's like,
Wait do you see how fucked up this is?
you ever see reality? This is real reality. It's real. It's like theater. It's like reality. We put chairs out and sell tickets.
Totally.
I know. Rest in peace, all y'all. Ye old Josephs. You were a lot of fun. All right, moving on. What's our next thing?
Mine would have to be Carrie Strug, land in the vault on the broken ankle.
That was pretty badass. I remember that.
That was.
Yeah, and she kind of landed on like one foot.
Yep.
That was pretty bad. That was pretty incredible.
Badass.
To be honest, I think that they can do this shit all. Like, I think that they do what we think is hard. And then at practice, they're like, I'm going to land this on one foot. I'm going to do this on this.
Seriously?
I really think they do. So then when it comes down to it, it's like Odell Beckham. He caught that ball 150 times behind his head. He was just waiting for the right time to do it. And everybody would go, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Just the moment.
Yeah, I think what they show you is like only like 10% of what they're, or maybe, no, 90% of what they're actually good at. And they can actually go out there and be like, watch this. And you're like, why don't you ever do that? Because I can only land this like 20% of the time.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that she could have always done it one footed. She could probably do it on her hand. She could probably land it on her hands if she wanted to. What an unbelievable vault that would be if someone flipped and then landed on their hands.
I mean,
without jumping, without doing the hop. They just went.
They stuck it on their
They
hand.
just stuck it, and then we're like, and then they came down into like a press. That would be the most. That would do that. You want to blow somebody on the water? Because when remember we were young and it was just the normal vault.
Yeah.
And then they turned the horse thing. And then it was like a little different. And then it was now it's like a weird springing thing. Like,
Yeah.
They're making it
They
more
always
difficult.
evolve. Yeah.
Land on your hands. Someone land on your hands.
We know a gymnast. We know a very good gymnast.
Maybe that's her way
Maybe
in.
she needs to do that.
If you guys are listening, I don't want to say her name, but if you guys are listening out there and you know who you are, maybe have her land on her hands. No one's seen that. Has anybody? That's like shit you would see in what is it? What's that mutant? The X-Men. If I saw someone flip and then land on their fucking hands, that would be incredible. And then it'd be like, now it's one hand, and somebody could do it. Olympic Committee, make that the new, remember not Mary Lou Retton, who was the one that did the first perfect 10?
That was Mary Lou Retton, wasn't it?
No.
Oh, Nadia.
The Comaneci.
Yeah.
Make this the new Nadia Comaneci, the person that lands the first hand land vault.
The hand land.
There it is.
You've created your own.
But that was incredible. When she landed on one foot, and then she went, and she was crying, and her came in, and he was like, "You're incredible," and she was like, "I know." Yeah.
Great moment. Great moment in sports history.
Yeah.
What is something that you think should be an Olympic event that is currently not an Olympic event?
It'd be pretty cool to see some type of a cooking category. Well, I'm just saying, you see, Iron Chef and shit. Why couldn't you do that? We're doing breakdancing. I'm saying, and I understand it's a physical thing, but have you ever seen some of these, cooking teams? Why couldn't you do, a cooking team type thing against, where everybody comes up and they pull, reach in, they pull out, and it's it's this guy's the best sushi chef or chef in Japan, and this guy, and they pull out a thing, and it's they have to cook Cambodian food. They're that would be a pretty awesome, and I don't know how the fuck the rules
The cooking
work.
Olympics?
Well, I think it should just be part of. It should be the cooking Olympics. It should be the part just cooking,
the cooking competition.
I think it could be cool, a cooking competition, serving, how well an experience, and maybe they set up little tiny restaurants and everybody runs. I think it could be a cool way to bring culture
into competition and bring the spirit of competition into culture.
Yeah. To me, you always watch chefs, those guys love each other even when they get beat because they get beaten on something that, I think it's just a matter of learning, right? And it's whatever that happened to put. It's beat Bobby Flay.
Yeah, I was going to say, or Iron Chef or any of those competitions.
Any of those, but now you do it where it's you bring in your 10 best, imagine Kat Cora, Bobby Flay, who's the other guy, the cook, and that's our team. And then you go up against Marimoto, who's one of the guys who I'm sure I'm horribly fucking up your name, sir, but chef, but you could do all these
the
things.
Various top world chefs.
That or American Ninja Warrior. That could be fucking cool.
American Ninja Warrior would be cool.
And that you wouldn't call it American Ninja Warrior. You would just call it
What do they call that?
It's just obstacle course running.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, it's just it's extreme obstacle course or whatever. Tag would be. I think tag might be in there. Or street or the India they call it Coco. Extreme Coco, which I think it's a tag type based. But I think first cooking would add a whole nother element that in my opinion would be wow, what a cool thing. It'd be oh yeah, man, these are Olympic blah blah blahs that cooked, and then you could even turn it into the guys that cook for the athletes or so I don't know. And what a great way to bring someone together, right? Boy, they drive, or I've had a problem with, but I love that food, right? It's just the scene from our favorite show ever, Silicon Valley.
The satanic wedding.
The satanic wedding when they had Chick-fil-A. We know that they're Christians, but boy, they make
chicken
chicken is delicious. Same shit. Food brings everyone together.
That is true.
It's just it's a natural lubricant, right? The universal lubricant out there. Hey, it's food and hey, what's the part? Hey, sit down, man, a second. Listen to this nice tunes in the background. Have some food. Yeah. Oh man, I'm pissed off. Hey, relax. I can have a food and a drink. I feel good.
Yeah.
Try it. Anyway.
Yeah. I like the obstacle course idea.
And you could have the cooks then do so it's they have to do both. So it's are you in shape and can you cook? So maybe it's a cooking on the way up to Mount Midoriyama. Who the fuck knows? But everything's open. We're open to everything.
We got to evolve, right?
We have to keep evolving.
We got to keep
it's important.
evolving. That's
It's
right.
important.
Why I personally like watching the Olympics so much, and why we like watching sports so much is because like I'm not athletic at all, so it's so impressive to me.
I'm not athletic at all. I'm nimble, I'm quick, but I'm not athletic. Like I don't want to, I don't like. Look, I'll stand my ground and stuff like that, but I don't want to get hurt just to get fucking hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't want to blow my knees out, like just for a fucking to play softball. Like
Well, that's why I like that. Yeah, and I think
It's
that's
not
part of what people are obsessed with watching sports with, that they're not athletic. It's
Colin.
like, my God, that like looks like it hurts. Like, I don't know, that doesn't seem like fun to me, but it's really impressive. It's
yeah, it's just like I don't.
yeah.
Like, if it's like a matter of like life or death or whatever it is, or yeah, like yeah, but like I don't want to just be somewhere to get hit or hurt or blow my knees out. Like, and as I've gotten older, it's like shit. But like,
Well, that is true. Competitive athletics is a young person's game.
To me, it's like what you're passionate about makes you competitive in. Like certain things about music, very competitive.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Sports, I just didn't give enough of a shit to care.
No, it's true.
Like I was just like, I don't give a shit. Like, yeah, I'm doing it because I, whatever, and some of my buddies are doing it. But like high school, that was definitely it. Like I wasn't like, I'm gonna be, the best soccer player or definitely.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I just did it because I was like, I've never done it before. I'll give it a shot. And I never really liked it enough to care enough to pursue.
Right.
Until then.
That's how I was. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, then you find things like.
I played softball. I played soccer. I just didn't I didn't love either of them.
Yeah, and then,
I didn't love running track. I didn't just didn't love it.
Yeah. I like watching it.
Yeah.
Like I love, huge football guy. All right. We like watching baseball. We've been watching the Olympics now. Mm-hmm. And we were just saying how nice it is having on, but I was never a person that was like, man, right? We've had friends talk about like, dude, baseball was my life through college. It was like,
yeah.
Like girls and music. Like, that's all I really gave a shit about. Seriously, that's all I gave a shit about. Like when I was like, that's what I was passionate about.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously, it was like I'm passionate about like making music and doing cool shit and whatever. And also, I guess, business. But I'll definitely say what kept me on when I really knew I just didn't have it. I started in high school, and they come out and they ask, and especially back then, they didn't have. It was horrible. Like you using. I remember our like football pads were back. They looked like something like they used in Greece. Like it was just old shit. Like everything was old, right? Like they didn't have like now. You look at like high schools and they look like they're in professional gear.
When everyone's helmet just had one bar, not just
yeah,
the kicker.
It was bad. And this was like 91, 2, so it wasn't like 50s.
Yeah.
And it was whoa. And it was so I just kind of like, and they had this thing like an orientation of the first day of school, and they're like, "Hey, we got track and field and this and that." And the track and field coach is like, "So we're looking for this, that, and we need some pole vaulters." And I was like, "Anybody want to try pole vaulting?" And I was like, "Fuck it." I was like, "I'll do it. I'll try it." That sport sucks.
Pole vault.
That was the hardest shit. You have to run with this big, and that thing's not light. Like it's pretty heavy. And they're like, "Oh, it's X ounces." Yeah, dude, run with that thing extended like 20 feet out in front of you, and you got to run and then stick it in this fucking hole.
I don't think.
and it's like you have to like run like the way you have to like run like they're trying to explain this to you, and you're like. And you're like, dude, you gotta like run under it and kick your legs up. By the way, no helmet. And then like they just sit there and say, and then you have to like kick yourself back and throw your legs, and you're like, this whatever. So I tried, and I could never even like I just didn't have the balls to do like what they said. You're like, dude, you have to like just not be afraid. I'm like, but I am. But I am afraid.
But I'm very afraid.
And that's what I knew. I'm like, so anyway, we went to this. Then it was like you had to do. They just really they needed somebody else to compete in the event. It wasn't like they needed that person to be like,
right.
Bruce Jenner.
Right.
He was good at that shit. He pole vaulted, didn't he?
He did.
No,
he was decathlon.
I don't think they pole vaulted.
What is in the decathlon? Let's
it's
look
the
that
javelin. It's like running events.
It is. Pole vault is in the decathlon.
So Bruce Jenner, then now Caitlyn Jenner, pole vaulted.
Right.
It's not easy.
Right.
Like, so we went to this event, and it was the last event. We needed something like points or something or other, and we did it. We got a letter. Like, we got lettered, which I did not deserve. I have a Letterman jacket. I don't deserve one fucking thing on that jacket. Not one. I'll be honest.
Completely
But they were
undeserving
literally
of the
looking at me
jacket.
like, dude, this is the lowest it could be set. Like, you should be able to just jump over it without the fucking pole. But if you get over this, we all letter. Like, it's literally on you. And I'm like, dude, I haven't done this once yet. We've been at this for like 2 months. I still have, they call it like, all you got to do is stiff pole it. So what's stiff? Like, do you literally just run up with it and you go, like you just kind of like you're going over like a castle wall, like you just kind of like going like those guys like going over like a castle wall. You're not doing the cool like going up. You just kind of like fall, and they go once you get up to over it, and you can kind of just push off, like you just kind of like jump off the other side. You get 3 chances at it. Couldn't even do it, and it was like 6 feet. It was like the stupidest shit. And I was like, come on, man. And yeah, like, dude, just fucking stiff pole it, bro. And then they're like, fucking Joseph sucks, man. He couldn't even fucking stiff pole it. I'm like, and they forget to tell you when you slide down, that, what is it made of? It's made of like fiberglass.
No.
When you slide down, oh, man. So if you stiff pole and then you get kind of stuck and you go, and you slide that, whole inside of your legs. Burnt. So do not, if they tell you to stiff pole it, don't tell them to go fuck themselves and leave. Because if you have to stiff pole, you're not good enough to be on the team. Leave.
Try something else.
Try something else. If you have been at it and
Explore
they're telling you
another-
all you have to do is stiff pole, run.
Explore another hobby.
Explore other avenues. We out.
That's a perfect note to end on.
So don't forget, like, subscribe.
All that good stuff.
Drop comments most of all. Let us know.
Yeah,
Let
let's
us know
see-
if you've ever been stiff-polled.
Yeah.
But we're out. Thanks so much. Much love.